famed, of course, for my unique red skin and unparalleled skills as a general of the House of War, I, the Red Prince, was raised within the vast palaces of the fabled Forbidden City. I was destined to become the next emperor. But my ambitions suffered a bit of a setback when I fell from grace for cavorting with demons. Now, I'm exiled and hunted by assassins. But I assure you, I remain undaunted and as determined as ever to claim my rightful throne.
I used to be a slave, kept under the thumb of the master, the bastard that made me hunt down my own kin. How did he do that, you ask? With the living scar you see on my cheek, this horror that takes no more than a song sung by Master Dearest to control my very thoughts. But now the tables have turned. I broke my shackles, and when I finally find him, I will make the master sing a very different kind of song.
Once I was a crusader for the Divine Order. I pledged my life to Lucian the Divine. The war changed everything. He sent me to save the elves I grew up amongst. I arrived too late. Lucian ordered the use of death fog against the Black Ring, annihilating everyone I once knew in the process. Now I'm a mercenary killer, one of the infamous Lone Wolves. And my next target is none other than Lucian's own son.
was just thinking about someone I used to know. My cousin. The Queen, in fact. A tyrant. I tried to stop her, but things don't always go according to plan. She cast me out to a forgotten island, and made short work of my allies, too. Lucky for me, I was able to commandeer a ship, and began a new life for myself, out on the high seas. Aye, but I hear that the Queen is at it again. And there's something darker behind her madcap schemes this time. If I don't stop her, I don't know who will.
All my life, I've been a performer, a musician, beloved and celebrated by all. But I have a secret. I'm also a playground for sprites and spirits and worse. The voice that rings inside me now is darker than any that came before. Almost caused a bunch of my fans to rip each other to pieces. But you can trust me. I've got this under control. Step 1. Find out who or what is trying to take control of my mind. Step 2. Make it sorry it ever tried.
Oh, don't stare. How would you look after eons in some ghastly crypt? Your people are rather prone to death. Mine are not. Yet when I emerged from my completely unjustified imprisonment, I found them gone. Our culture forgotten. Any trace of the world I knew all but obliterated. I must even hide my true face beneath an ever-shifting mask for fear you savages will attack me. That is how I wander this strange world. Trying to uncover the truth about a history you primitive people never even knew existed.
It all happened like I knew it would. A single drop of source magic. And, like flies to honey, the monsters swarmed. The rebel panicked. The carnage began. And the Magisters pointed their fingers at me. Just as I'd planned. I was shackled and collared. And sent to Fort Joy. I'd come here to kill Godwoken. But instead I became part of their story.
So, still a bit groggy, are we? Don't worry. The sedative will wear off soon enough. Easy now. No need to hurry. Get your bearings and report to me upstairs.
The things I do to complete a contract. Well, that explains the smell, anyway.
Shaking her fluffy coat, the sheep eyes you balefully, her rectangular eyes like letterboxes. Did you expect a needle?
I need to get clever with this lock. Boring.
Why, you're looking a bit more chipper. Yeah, there you are. Not too tight, I hope. The collar, I mean. Oh, not to worry. Every dog. In the meantime, your next stop will be Magister William. All passengers have to be registered in the ship's manifest, and he's the chap in charge of the logs. You'll find him on the other side of this deck, in the officers' quarters. Dungeon? You have the gall to...
Index fingers pressed to her lips. She paused.
My word. You do seem... Oh, well, I'm sure you'll... A new life awaits. And if you're a particularly good... Why, for my peace of mind, of course.
Currents of magic surge inside you. Boy...
My, look at... There you have it. For your own peace of mind. you've been collared and you've been told why, there really is no need for you to linger.
That can't be natural.
Bloody murder. Looks like someone's hit the Hall of Echoes a little early.
Behind the Magister, a bloodied mass lies in a heap. Gore and limbs lie at odd angles. You can't make out a face amid the mess.
There's been a murder. A sorcerer was killed by one of your own. Lucky you were busy getting your collar. Waters is investigating. She'll figure out who did it. Or...
No lesions, no trauma. Ugly sight, isn't it? Burns me up this happened under our protection.
She looks up at you with a mirthless...
I was on duty. You're one of the only indisputably innocent people on the ship. Not with that collar. Listen, bring me a good lead, and I'll throw in a shiny gold coin for you. How about that? Think about it. Who's your real? You let me know.
The hatch is blocked. I'll need to find another way.
One of us will kill our own. They're picking us off one by one. Can we just skip to the
An elf sits tucked away in a dark spot, lazily rolling dice onto...
Snake eyes.
She chuckles.
I bet that's just what they'll look like.
Insufferable, surely.
Rolling, deciding fates.
I'll tell you if you can keep it quiet long enough for me to listen.
She eyes you quite seriously.
No, I could lick your arm and tell you how you spent the night before last. Shall I?
She chuckles once more.
That red-cheeked refusal to... But, suit yourself, darling.
They don't care about us. We're like cattle to them.
She smiles.
Just a kitten.
One of us will kill our own. They're picking us off one by one. Can we just skip to the part where I reassure you and you shut up? You think me mad?
Name?
Mad? Insufferable.
Well, you aren't here on my list. Scrammy. We're trying to catch a killer here.
I'll tell you if you can keep it quiet long enough for me to listen.
Ah, there you are. Would you please tell this very charming gaggle of not at all brat-like babes that I am by no accounts this...
The young woman seems about to raise her hand.
Who indeed? What?
The children break out into...
I say.
Her pinched face cracked.
Yeah, okay, you found...
She turns to you.
Gotta keep ourselves entertained, haven't we? You presume right. Nope. Trying thanks, but I ought... You take care, though.
Suddenly, her eyes cloud to an unnatural black. Greyish veins run down her face, and her mouth tightens into a cruel sneer. As quickly as they came, the clouds clear. She smiles as though no change...
Good luck, Chief.
Come on, please, Losa.
The Magister starts, recognition growing on his face as he looks right at you.
How dare you classify this...
You look just like...
The Magister's face turns white.
It is you. Ifan Ben Mesd. I remember you.
The Magister's eyes dark.
I always knew you'd end up there in Fort Joy, Happy Land.
I've never dined on anything less than a dozen-course dinner.